Welcome back, ladies and gents. We're here with a final match for tonight. You're watching the MLE, sponsored by APM Music. Once again, we're here with the last game for Sunday night. I'm Squid, and we have a great match lined up for you today. Spartans taking on the Hawks in Foundation League. We just came off of what was a really nice matchup, and we're hoping to end off the night with a bang. But before we can get underway with that, we once again have to reintroduce Mr. Hot Dog with too much mustard himself, Hunted, back to the broadcast. And I know you were just ecstatic about that intro.
I knew you were going to say that, and I prepared myself.
Nothing.
I prepared myself for that, but hey, thanks for welcoming me back. It's nice to be here. The Hawks and the Spartans now going to do battle under the sea again. This time, nobody with the home field advantage, so hopefully it'll be, hopefully we'll get a decisive Game 5 here in the Foundation League.
Yeah, mayhap, and as it happens, you know, Hawks nor Spartans don't really tend to live under the sea very often, so I guess they're both at a somewhat sizable disadvantage, but the same disadvantage, I guess, makes for a level playing field. But anywho, this will be the last we see of Aquadome for tonight, and maybe for probably the next couple of weeks, considering we do like to have a nice little map rotation. But as you mentioned, we are getting underway here before too long with these teams. We actually are remaking the lobby real quick, so I'm going to have to rejoin on that one. But Hunted, what can you tell us about these rosters?
Well, I can tell you that you need to get in the lobby quickly because the game is about to start.
Okay, well,
if you crash or not.
Trying my hardest.
Yeah, so coming into this one, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle. Honestly, I think for both teams, because you don't want to come out too flat if you're either side. It's again, we're kind of in the middle of the season. It hasn't been the best of starts for either of these two teams, but it can be, again, we talk about the catalyst for the rest of the season. These types of series are the best way to get yourself back with more confidence, back propelled into the latter part of the season.
Well, we are ready to get underway here, and for one of these teams, they might have that extra little propulsion. As we get underway, it'll be the Hawks in, oh my goodness, it'll be the Hawks in the blue, and they almost got an immediate opportunity, countered by the Spartans on the red.
Yep, Hawks in blue, Spartans in red. The Hawks, it is golden and gurgling, and in that red, as you said, the Spartans, Nate Dogg and Gibby. As we do battle here, this will be out in front. Good play there from Golden. Something we noted before the series started, Squid, all four players in the lobby actually console players. You see that quite a bit in the Foundation League. It seems like a popular league for the console players. I've always found these lobbies to be very interesting, especially because we can't communicate with them, so we hope that nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, well, on the production side, we do have a lot of great people on the back end, so thankfully we can get that done at least in a meaningful way. And of course, I had to join the lobby early on, and here's Golden. He's actually going to get one out front here, and the Hawks will have the lead first.
And Gibby trying to get that pinch out of the corner, couldn't quite get the challenge, and that's just a good read from Golden, not letting the jumping defender bother the shot, and it will be a 1-0 score line here for the Hawks. As now Gibby going to rotate forward. This is played into the corner, a little bit of a mistouch there, but Gurgling will try to play it on. Here comes Nate Dogg quickly towards Bouncer, looking for Gibby out in front. That'll be blocked away. And we'll continue to play. 1-0, a minute 30 left to go. Whiff from Nate Dogg. Actually gets bumped back into the ball. Should be able to clear it off the top and will. And man, that was a bit of a lucky break there for the Spartans, though. Golden still looking to press, has a chance. The pass will be across the Gurgling, but no shot on goal.
I don't know what you're talking about, Luck Hunted. That was clearly all planned from the very beginning there by Nate Dogg. You clearly just don't have the vision to see it. So that bump getting backfield was completely planned, as is this pass out in front of his own net, as Gibby does pick it up and get it away. This is just some 200 level IQ for the Hawks. Or sorry, for the Spartans, I guess. For the Hawks, it's not exactly 200 IQ because it has been a couple of strange opportunities, in all reality. I have another one right here. Gurgling shot blocked by Gibby. Spartans going to have to get back into this one. They've had a limited amount of offense, but nothing too promising so far.
Well, it's been a 1-0 game up to this point. Right now, the Hawks certainly seem to be dominating the possession as this is going to pop up. Gibby will push it to the midfield line, and now Golden has to hustle back. Just beyond the half, Nate Dogg trying to eye this one up, wants to keep it in. Will bounce on him a bit, and Golden now gurgling back into the offensive zone. Spartans have had to play a lot of defense in this game. They've only conceded the 1 goal. But the Hawks still continue to press. Golden out of the corner, looking to get around Gibby. This is bounce to Gurgling. A little bit of a touch, tries to go underneath. It'll bounce away for the moment, but they combine, and Golden will go top shelf for the second.
And that looked like a rather close call on that last shot. You can see the double commit by the Spartans, though, not going to bode well for them in any situation. And thankfully, Gurgling does get a little bit of a touch, but Golden has the final say. Gets that one just underneath the crossbar. The Spartans now with little time remaining, a little under 2 minutes here, but they still have yet to get a single shot registered on the board. And like I said, they had some limited offense earlier, but nothing that really came together. Now passing chance here goes by the wayside as Golden retreats out to the mid. Looks like the Hawks want to play a little bit more conservatively to try to keep game 1 really under wraps, I think.
Well, it has been, again, a very possession-heavy game for the Hawks. They've spent a lot of time in this red zone, and they're looking to just keep that up. Don't want to get too aggressive as Nate will make the play, gets the bump as well, ends up with the goal. I believe it bounced off of him there from the shot from Gibby. So Nate doing it all there, scoring the goal as well, and it's 2-1.
Again, completely calculated from the very beginning. Nate always knew that he was going to have that shot in the bag. In all reality, the Spartans getting one back. They're on transition. You did touch on the fact that the Hawks have been playing a rather possessive game in the offensive end. I said they were getting a little bit more conservative with how they were playing upfield. Seems that regardless, the Spartans were able to find a hole in the line, but unfortunately for them, one generates on their own line, and Gurgling will take advantage.
And this is just a good turn by Golden. Catches Gibby a little bit too greedy. Trying to find some kind of challenge to go back the other way. Gurgling takes the pass. And that will be a 3-1 game. The Hawks, both players have so far contributed to all 3 goals as Nate Dogg has to reach out and poke that one. Golden with 2 goals and assist, and Gurgling with a goal and 2 assists. Looking to change that up. That'll be just a bit high though. As now Gibby gonna clear it away. Bit of a double commit there, but it will bounce out. And with 45 seconds left to go, not a whole lot of time left for the Spartans. This might even just careen in the net. No, just a bit wide. Still, Golden, quick shot off the post. The rebound will be sitting out in front for a moment as the defenders come together and the ball goes right through the uprights. It's 4-1.
They come together, but unfortunately there's going to be no fusion play here. That's just a team bump. Anyway, you slice it, and Golden, as you mentioned, completely free goal there, and that will actually break the 100% goal participation trend for both their players. Gurgling not quite getting an assist on that one, but either way, sure, he's going to be happy with that result. So the Hawks now sitting pretty at 4-1. And again, the only goal that the Spartans had, the only shot that they had, was on a complete counterattack, which was a bit of a breakaway play. Ever since, the Hawks have not let the midfield go.
No, it has certainly been, again, a Hawks possession game. Not a whole lot that the Spartans have been able to do. Couldn't really accomplish too much on the offensive side, considering they never really could see the blue zone for the most part. They were playing from deep inside their zone for pretty much the entirety of that game, and the Hawks walk away with a relatively easy victory. And I think the shots on goal total, Squid, really tell the story. 8 shots for the Hawks to just the 1 of the Spartans.
Yeah, and I think there were a lot of spots on the defense where the Spartans may have gotten a little bit caught out as well. So not exactly the place that you want to be in, but there is plenty of chance for improvement as a result. So hopefully you won't have those minor miscommunications here as we move forward in the series. and maybe they'll get the ball a little bit more away from the Hawks. Although, you got to give some major credit to both Golden and Gurgling. They had plenty of great possessive touches, keeping that ball in the maroon half, and overall, you could tell it was just their side the entire time. They felt like they had complete control, complete confidence in their ability to control it, and ended up with the win here.
Well, it's a 1-0 series now. We'll see if the Hawks can continue to roll on offense. But a little bit of time in between the games, so hopefully the Spartans using that to try to recenter themselves. I'm not sure how much discussion goes on at this level, trying to fix problems and what have you, but at the very least, it's nice to take that minute and a half to kind of refocus yourself and get ready for the next game.
Yeah, it looks like that time has passed, however, as we move into game number 2. Spartans looking to get back into this series. Once again, their defense looked a little bit hairy there for a little bit. Hopefully they can patch things up and get that Phalanx right back into formation.
Well, here we go. Game number 2. As Golden is looking for the pass down to Gurgling. It will end up bouncing at the midfield line. Nate quickly clearing it in, and the Spartans now looking for the first opportunity, though. Bit of a giveaway there. Golden will play this off the back wall. Gurgling, not the shot they were looking for. It will be Golden trying to keep it in. Solid block away there by Gibby. Now opportunity. The ball finds its way out towards the mid. Can't quite make that one work. Nate will have to hustle back to his own zone. And it will stay 0-0. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. Good move by Nate. Gonna get around Golden. Oh, what a move! Nate scores. Solo play for the Spartans, put them on the board.
They didn't look that strong in the last game, but this is certainly a change of pace. Wonderful weave around both defenders and makes the play, putting them up first. Maybe we'll start to see a little bit more offense out of them now that they have that confidence with the backing of that goal and the lead behind them.
Oh, that one almost rolled in right off the kickoff, though, as the Hawks look to equalize immediately. Gurgling just couldn't quite get around that one to take the shot. Still at a bounce. Gibby. Now Nate Dogg trying to eye this one up. That's a bouncing ball played away by Golden. Just beyond the first minute here of game number 2. Golden Company really have to play out of their own zone. This has been a pretty big turnaround, though. Gurgling now with a chance in transition. The ball will bounce its way in, and that's not a goal you want to see, but the Hawks will certainly take it.
Yeah, remember when I said that the Spartans had some defensive issues? Well, this is kind of an echo, a reiteration, if you will, of that particular sentiment, and unfortunately, that one bites them pretty hard, but they've still got a lot of time in this one. And again, the confidence from that first goal should hopefully keep them moving forward here. I certainly hope so. But the second one again is right on the horizon. Golden sees it and takes the chance.
Golden back-to-back goals in the last 5 seconds. Quickly off the kickoff. Just beating the defender, clean as day. It'll make it a 2-1 game now through the first minute and a half here of game number 2. Hawks looking pretty good to try to put themselves up by 2, heading to match point into game number 3. However, the Spartans still want to try to battle back. This is going to be Golden. Now Nate Dogg. Has to be Gurgling, will do so. Gibby's waiting out in front for the pass. Can Nate Dogg get it there? It's a light touch. Won't quite find its way, as this is going to be Golden to rotate around. No touch there. Gibby to turn. Doesn't find the touch either. And it will be Golden. Can't keep it in at the line. One-on-one. Gurgling rushing to the challenge. This will fall all the way across the pitch. And with 2:45 left to go, it's still a 1-goal game. The Hawks with a 2-1 lead.
The Spartans here, every time they get out on the offense, I can't help but notice how quickly the pace of play really starts to turn up, and this is a great example, but Nate can't put that shot on target. Had a swell chance there, as they have had a couple of times in the past now, but they haven't been able to turn it in.
Gibby.
They might yet here, as that'll be a great punish by Gibby to make it 2-all.
Yeah, and the telegraph pass gonna come back to haunt them. Gibby quickly towards it. Gurgling can't get a touch on it. That's a wide open goal for the Spartans to reinsert themselves back in this game. It's a 2-2 game, 2:22 left to go.
Love to see it.
As that will change in a flash. Great pass, Golden to Gurgling, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, definitely a good pass, but the defender here, unfortunately, not able to make contact. Nate had the read on it, but it looked like a tiny mechanical mishap and not able to get that one away. So the Hawks gonna punish that minor mistouch, only 6 seconds off of when the Spartans were able to get their tying goal as well. So that one's gonna hurt a little bit, but again, there's still a lot of time. And the Spartans have shown that they are certainly still in this game regardless of what the shot counter was last time. If I'm recalling correctly, it was 8-1 out of their favor. They've kept things close. This time there are only 5 shots in total and they own 2 of them.
Yeah, it's been a closer game, that is for sure. The scoreboard tells the same story, but still the Spartans find themselves trailing, and they're going to be trailing by just a bit more now as Golden picks up the hat trick. Nate trying their best to get that one out of harm's way, but Golden will capitalize.
Yeah, unfortunate touch there, trying to gain possession into the backfield. After that double commit for the Hawks as well, you would hope that they would try to get some sort of counterattack started up and capitalize on that opportunity, but unfortunately weren't able to gather themselves, and that one did get away, but they might have a shot chance right here. That one's just a little bit high though. A good idea, pass off the backboard and immediately back into the zone with a shot from Nate, but no dice.
Final minute 20 ticking away. Game number 2. The Hawks doing what they can to try to secure themselves this second game. It will be Golden around Gibby. Has only Nate to beat. Gurgling waiting out in front as well. The miss from both defenders. They both try to grab the same boost. Gurgling can't turn it around in time. And a clear will come out, but only as far as Golden. As this will be a bouncing ball cleared away by Nate. But time not on the Spartan side. Only the 50 seconds remain. Still 2 goals, but right now, again, the Hawks have been playing very possessive of this ball. And while it's been better, certainly, the Spartans still just don't have the time of possession required to tie this game up.
You're absolutely right. So many instances we see the Hawks have control of the ball, and the Spartans are just too afraid to challenge it, but not this time. Nate actually beats 2 attackers on that one to the backboard. Can he get the second touch? Can Gibby follow it up? No, it's still there though. The touch back in will be a little bit wide, and the net is Gurgling is able to get it away. And what seems to have been the most quality opportunity the Spartans have had yet goes by the wayside, and that might just be the nail in the coffin as a result.
And most certainly will be at this point. Time expired, and it will be a 4-2 victory for the Hawks here in game number 2. Puts them on series point heading into that third game. And certainly the shot total's a little bit better this time. 4 shots to the 2 of the Spartans. No team's actually missing a shot. Not often that you see that through a 5-minute game with Rocket League, but a 4-2 final score. And again, it's the Hawks controlling the pace of play, and the Spartans just no answer for it quite yet.
Yeah, and again, there's still those couple of misplays on the defensive side for the Spartans, and while they have mopped up a couple of those, like I said, they really needed to, they're still prevalent, and that is honestly what feels like was the big issue here, is the Hawks, if you take away a couple of key defensive mistakes that the Spartans made, we're probably in OT right now. Maybe even the Spartans score, because, you know, butterfly effect, but I'm not going to get into that. They did play a much better game overall. Of course, you got to give Nate some credit with that 1v1 solo play around 2 players, which was pretty well put together, but overall, the offense just wasn't quite there. They had a couple of good moments, but they didn't capitalize on the opportunities that they had, which was unfortunate to see.
Well, now we head into game number 3. It's time to see if they can capitalize on those opportunities. And I mean, you're absolutely right. It was a very, very nice goal from Nate, a highlight reel goal to start out that game. And I'd love to see more of that. I think these solo plays work so well at this level of play. Yep. If you can pull them off, and Nate obviously showing that he's got the ability to do so. We'll see as things get set and ready if Nate is able to find more time and space to try to deke around these Hawks defenders.
Well, fresh 5 minutes on the clock, and the Spartans, game 1, not so hot. Game 2, a little bit more in their favor. I'm hoping that the upward trend continues here as they might get a shot. That one's a little bit high off the backboard, and Gibby only a little bit behind the play, but already a favorable start for the Spartans. They own the first shot of game number 3.
That they do, and now they're looking to own the first goal, as well as Golden has to try to play it out of their own zone. Will take it away from Nate. Now the small touch around Gibby. Nice play. Hawks up by 1.
The Spartans, goodness me, looked like they had a favorable situation there at the get-go, but unfortunately outplay there for Golden, which was well played. Got around them, and now the Hawks lead 1-0, looking to take this series as quickly as possible, and maybe even more games afterward. We got to see some sort of fight back here for the Spartans.
Well, the good news is, if you are a Spartans fan, that it is only a 1-0 game. Still plenty of time, 4 minutes left to go. In fact, as Nate has to make the save, will do so there. But again, you can't let the Hawks settle into this rotation. They have been able to possess the ball a whole lot when they want to in this series. As Golden looks for another opportunity, Nate just gets a piece of it. Now Gibby gonna rotate around, trying to rush in. This will bounce up high. Nate is there, won't be able to get the touch. Now has to try to scramble back. Gurgling there, shot toward score. The Hawks take a 2-0 lead.
And this is unfortunate for me because, again, the Spartans, they actually generate such a great opportunity to take a shot on target there, but you can see with the execution, it's just not well enough put together for them to actually take advantage of the opportunity that they themselves generated. So Nate has to stay down from that, unable to get back in the net, and now what looked like it might have been a fake face-off goes awry.
They're gonna have to watch this one again. As I think you're right. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if that was a fake face-off or maybe just a miss. Either way, it didn't really look like Nate was quite ready for the shot that came from it. It will be a 3-0 lead for the Hawks. 1.5 minutes having been played in this game. As Golden might find another opportunity. Yeah, that's a 4th, and it is 4-0. The Hawks are running away very, very quickly with this one.
Yeah, Spartans had a good upward trend there for a little bit, but it is going all downhill from here on. They had the first shot of the game and basically nothing else. One save for Nate Dogg, but they haven't been able to stop the rest of the 4 and have managed to find their way onto the target. A little over 90 seconds gone, and things not shaping up for them here.
Well, that's a good play from Nate, and just like that, 1 goal on the board. Always the most difficult one to find in a comeback is that first one, and Nate, good awareness, knowing that he had a lot to shoot at there, opts to take the shot. It's 4-1.
Very good recognition of that play, and they're back in it. You know, maybe I spoke too soon on that, but still a long way to go. A long way to the top if you want to compete with the Hawks, apparently. I could already hear Humpton starting to get a little bit exasperated as what I was saying, so I changed it up a little bit.
Well, it continues for the Spartans. It's an uphill battle, certainly, and they need to score 3. As Nate Dogg just looking for a block, it will bounce towards Gibby, and as we continue our way through this 3rd game, just a reminder to everybody, make sure you stick around for the end of the series. Squid, we've got a little bit of a giveaway, Power A, that we're doing at the conclusion of this series, so make sure you are here for that. You're not going to want to miss that.
Yeah, must be present to win. Actually, I'm not sure about that one. I'm pretty sure we'll reach out to you, though. And so we do want to have you around to have all the fun that we do here. I look forward to that. I hope I win. I don't think I can, but I hope I win anyways.
You know what? You said must be present to win. I say, you and I, let's take over the giveaway. Let's make up our own rules.
Wait a second. Can we just force end the stream? Can we DDoS the broadcaster and then the must be present to win rule?
Must be
means
present.
that it's gonna be one of us two.
Yeah, or I mean, we can just, you know, like, you can just change up the rules. Got to be following the both of us on Twitter. Need to retweet all my tweets from the past 5 days.
Hey man, as far as the viewers know, that's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not gonna say the rest of it, but you know what I'm thinking. As far as they know.
That is
But
very
actually,
true.
while we're talking about it, though, joking about DDoS and the producer, we do want to give some thanks to Just Staying Alive on the broadcast. Doing plenty of work pushing the buttons, and Gibby will get one back. I'm assuming this is going to be his tribute to you, Just Staying Alive, but either way, it makes it 2-4 for the Spartans.
Hey, and it's don't call it a comeback, right? I mean, 4-2, a minute 30 left to go, a goal apiece for the Spartans. And we'll see if they've got what it takes to try to extend this series a little bit more. This is going to be Nate. Can't quite find the touch there on Gurgling. Falls right on to Gibby. That'll be popped up there by Golden. Now Nate into the corner. Nate has Gibby with him. Looking for the pass across.
Oh,
my goodness. Power flick for the pass. Nobody's reaching that ball. It will come back out to the Hawk zone. Shot towards just wide. As now Golden ends up getting bumped. Nate has an open and clear path. And the Spartans will pull it back to within one.
This is an impressive showcase here for the Spartans thus far. They've only got a little bit longer to go. I guess when you're staring at a 0-4 deficit, journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. That previous flick, though, in the 1v1, he had Gibby as the option in the center, went for the flick, and that thing just got thrown sky high, and oh, I think that might have been in, but Golden actually directs it away.
Yeah, remember that. If the Spartans can tie this up, Gurgling going to try to play this away. Gibby will do his best to keep it in. Rotating around now, Gurgling will get there in time, and Nate has to retreat. 33 seconds left to go, still a 4-3 game. Nate right on to Golden, takes it away. Is that on net? It is, and we're tied. The 4-0 comeback, and we may have overtime in game 3.
Well, did you say we may have overtime, but at this point, I'm tempted to believe that the Spartans are going to keep this train rolling and make it 5 before too long. And I sure hope that I haven't cursed things by saying so, but there's 25 seconds on the clock, and that's plenty of time for either of these teams to score. And Nate Dogg has won the face-off rather handily here.
Well, it's a hat trick for both Golden and Nate Dogg in this game. Both players have been playing great for their respective teams. And you know, neither one of them want to drop this game with how hard fought it's been. As that's going to be Nate Dogg trying to play it out from in front. Maybe one final chance for Golden. He pops it up. Great save by Nate Dogg. The rebound from Gurgling's pushed wide. And we've got overtime in game 3.
Yeah, what a save there for Nate. The tenacity coming through, but a double commit on the face-off. They've got to be careful here. Gibby's not able to touch. Nate Dogg has to get back to it. He's forcing Gurgling to make a play here. He will indeed, and Gibby's able to pick it up. That looked dangerous at the outset for the Spartans, but now they're driving downfield. The shot here will be blocked away. And overtime, no kickoff goal. And honestly, something that I'm rather thankful for the Spartans. They are facing down defeat in this series, and they have hearts of iron at this point, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, this goal could very well decide the series for the Hawks if they can find it. Or we head to game 4 with some life from the Spartans, and we will. Gibby completes the comeback for the Spartans. A 5-4 final score, and one of the most incredible comebacks, Squid, honestly. Did anybody see this coming when they went down 4 goals?
And now actually, this, I'm not going to call it right here, but let me just say that this would not be the first time that I've seen a team not look very good in the first couple of games in the series and then manage to bring it back by this exact same scoreline, no less, 5-4, after going down super early in game number 3, going down by 0-4, coming back, scoring 5, and then dominating in the remainder of the series. I have seen it before. I am not saying that it will happen again, but for the Spartans, this is a good trend. I'm liking the way this is looking for them here.
I mean, talk about momentum heading into game number 4. 5 unanswered goals, the last one coming in overtime in game 3, and it keeps their series hopes alive. We'll see if they can truly pull out that Cinderella comeback story here, but really, I mean, if you're the Hawks, again, it was a well-played game up until that kind of second half when things started to fall apart a little bit, and now I mean, we talked about resetting yourself in between. This is a prime example of a time where the Hawks need to reset, get their heads back on their shoulders, and go out and play the same Rocket League they were before.
Yeah, and even if they can, even if they do get defeated here, at least they can still take 4 games, and that one might just be like a little bit too much mustard on their hot dog, but they'll have to prove it. You knew I was going to do it. Yeah, at some point. And honestly, I've been looking for opportunities to say it at every possible chance. So I would just like for you to know that out of all of the separate good calls that you've had, I am choosing to pick out this one random story time that I want to everyone to remember you by.
And it was an equally good call. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well, I don't actually remember if it was a good call or not, but anywho.
Well, we are into game number 4, and I'm sure the Spartans would like just the right amount of mustard on their hot dog for this game, Squid.
I'm sorry. That was good. That was pretty good. But the Spartans. Oh, it looks like they might just get the right amount of mustard there. As Golden missing an opportunity to score an early goal.
Well, hey, it's going to be Nate Dogg now. Out of the Spartan zone. Can't quite find the touch. Gurgling back to the midfield line. Gibby will rotate forward. Golden takes it away. That's a shot towards. Nate has to get up for it. Solid play. Got to keep this one out. I would not be surprised to see this series get a little bit more defensive from here, Squid. We saw, again, an unbelievable comeback as Nate tried to sneak that one by Golden. But I don't think the Hawks really are looking to give up more of those goals that we saw. I mean, it was relatively undisciplined play from a team who had been very, very possessive, very controlling, very responsible. So maybe they're trying to look to go back to that here in game 4.
I would be in agreement with you on that point. I think the Hawks have been very possessive with the ball, but they did seem to get a little bit sloppy there at the end of game number 3, and they'll have a shot chance here, but that one's quickly cut off. I will note, however, that it has been a lot of the midfield here lately. Almost the first 2 minutes of gameplay now come and gone, and the Hawks, while they haven't been particularly aggressive, that does also mean their defense is strong, but it might not be strong enough here as a double commit compromises everything, and we pass into the 2nd minute of gameplay with a Spartans goal.
Double commit and a dunk from Nate, and thank goodness the Spartans did not both accidentally touch that ball. Nate will send it home, and it will be a 1-0 game for the Spartans. 3 minutes left on the clock. This one rolls towards, that's in the net. The Spartans take a 2-goal lead.
Well, this is exactly the spot that you want to be in. Getting a kickoff goal is always nice, and as they say in the Rocket League community, we take those. So the Spartans going to be ever so pleased with the opportunity that they've been granted here. 2 goals now of insurance, trying to keep the Hawks at bay. And for the Hawks here, you've got to figure out, you were just saying, Hunted, in the intermission, what was the style of Rocket League that they played that allowed them to take games 1 and 2 in such a way, and how do we replicate that here?
I mean, that is the series winning question, as Nate Dogg will complete the hat trick early on in this game. And my goodness, the Spartans jumping out to a 3-goal lead before the half. And perhaps you'll get your wish, Squid. I know we wanted to see a decisive game number 5. Didn't look very good after game 2, but right now, the Spartans doing what they can to battle back, but don't forget what happened in the last game as that's off the crossbar. Gurgling needs to put that one in. That's going to be a killer for the Hawks.
Yeah, that is exactly what it feels like to get too much mustard on your hot dog. And now Nate just trying to take a shot. He might have another chance here. He's not able to make the play. Hey, man, I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna. In fact, I'm going to make it my mission now to find out how many times I can refer to that particular sentence.
You know, the funny thing is that it's something that people are going to remember you by, is that's Nate going to push that one by. Not me, which is fine.
It's not about the viewers. It's about you and me and having this kind of dichotomy. And nice bumps here as Golden will have an open net down close. The other way. But yeah, not to say I don't care about the viewers, but if it means that you know deep down in your heart that I have some weird statement to hold you against you. That's good enough for me.
We can talk about this after the show, man.
Come on, don't ruin this for me, man. It's like when I have too much mustard on my
I can't. All right, no, for real. This is over. We're done with this. We're focusing back on the game.
Whatever you say.
The Spartans still in the lead. Oh, that's a good touch. Oh, that'll find its way in. Gurgling and company striking back twice. Golden, what a turn by Gurgling. Calculated play on that one, and unfortunately for the Spartans, a little bit of some own-goaling sauce a little bit there, and not exactly what you want, but it's 3-2.
Some own-goaling sauce. We're just going to make a buffet out of this game, aren't we, Hunted?
We are.
Yeah, that play is certainly what it feels like. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to do. I'm not going to say the rest of it. Oh, that was a close call. Nice save there by Skibby. Nate Dogg had been taken out of the play as well, so a good demo. The Hawks starting to bring their offense together, much like a well-put-together game of Connect 4. They might have another chance right here. Golden over the top of the last man, looking for the follow-up, and he will turn that one in. Missed a chance earlier on in the game, but not this time.
And this is another comeback. It's the Hawks this time who complete the comeback. Down 3 to start the game. 3 unanswered goals, and with 1:06 to go, we're tied again. Can the Hawks replicate what the Spartans were able to produce in that last game? Or will the Spartans force a decisive game number 5? This is a storyline-driven series right now. It has been very exciting to watch in these past few games. As Golden gonna rotate forward. Nate trying to get up quickly to it. This will be blocked down. Gurgling is there. Shot just a bit wide. Could be trying to play it on. 35 seconds or so left to go. As this will be Nate. By Golden. It'll bounce along the sidewall. Golden turns. Giveaway. Nate tries to push it towards Gurgling's in trouble. Gibby on the challenge. It'll bounce up high. Nate's still there, can't get the touch. Does Gibby commit? He does, and this could be dangerous. Gurgling's going back the other way. Nate hustling back, looking for the demo. It's there. Golden's got to try to turn this into something. But with 8 seconds left, needs to be careful. It's given away to Gibby, who can't get back to the ball. And we still continue to play. Maybe overtime here, and it will be. My goodness. Back and forth at the end of that game, and let's go to OT.
That was nerve-wracking, I think is the best way. Honestly, that might be an understatement, in all honesty, because that was crazy. Lots of opportunities either way, but Gibby, his teammate, was on death row for the longest time there. You could see him being demoed in the net, but he still made the save, but... Oh, this right here breaks my heart.
Well, hey, the Hawks celebrating the victory. Great play from Golden, and it's a double commit, trying to find the save. No touch from either of the 2 red players. And unfortunately for the Spartans, that will come to a series loss. It was a valiant effort, most certainly, in that those final few games, but the Hawks, they complete almost the exact same comeback that we saw the Spartans do just a game earlier, but this time it's for the series win.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. The Spartans, as you mentioned, huge comeback, and then they put up those 3 goals, but I can't help but feel that there might have been a little bit of complacency there. But the Hawks made some great changes. You gotta commend the physical play that they really brought to the table, and it started to change the pace of the game for them, basically from the moment they started using them all the way to the bitter end there for the Spartans. So well done, and now they have the chance to make this 4-1, but the Spartans have really battled back. Like we said earlier on, games 1 and 2, it felt like it was a mostly Hawks game, and the possession even favored them for the longest time there in game number 3, but it has since been a very different story. So an exciting one to follow at that, and the Spartans still have a chance to mitigate the damage here.
And that's the key, right? You want to take these series, of course, if you can, but if you're unable to find success in that, try to snatch up as many games as possible. And really, the Spartans have made this a quality series in these last couple of games. I was nervous that this was going to be a big blowout series after those first 2 games, but it has been a very exciting one as we come into this game number 5. We'll see, can the Spartans walk away with 2 games out of this series, or will it just be the one game number 3 insane comeback? And even if they drop this, Squid, even if they lose game 5, as looks like there might be an early shot here for Gurgling, no, it'll be played away. I mean, we have to remember that unbelievable comeback effort in game 3.
Yeah, and I think they're really kind of displaying the embodiment of their team name, in all honesty. The Spartans obviously were very powerful ancient Greek warriors, and they kind of live up to that. Even in the face of defeat, unrelenting force on the opposite side, they were able to grasp victory from the jaws of defeat. So that itself is worthy of commendation. And they might get another one here, but Gibby not able to make that shot on target. Looked pretty open there for a moment. But in any case, it looks like we might surpass the first minute of gameplay without seeing any goals scored.
And that's a bit of a rarity here in the series, as Nate is looking to send that towards Ned. It will end up bouncing. Here comes Golden back the other way. Played on, Gurgling trying to knock it down. Can't quite turn it around though, as now Nate with an opportunity. Golden and company will see it into the corner, and the first minute 15 or so passes us by. Still, we continue scoreless in this game number 5. As Gibby again just trying to make a couple of clean touches where possible. But as the game progresses, no goals being scored, I think it starts to favor the Hawks a little bit. But that said, the Spartans first on the board.
And Nate really trying to put the team on his back in game number 4 previously, and does so again here. A nice flick up high, just underneath the crossbar. Makes it very difficult for the opponent to get a read on that one and make the save at all. So well played there for Nate. Makes 2 shots against the 3 from the Hawks, but it really has felt like the Spartans have had a sizable bit more offensive chances, and this might be another one as it out towards center. Gibby gets the shot, but the save is made out to the corner by Golden.
And we saw Nate in a couple of these games pull out some big stops, as that's going to be Golden just high. A lot of 1v1 plays for Nate. He did it again to start the scoring. A beautiful power flick to start the game. And again, I talked about it. There is so much opportunity for solo efforts as the Hawks are really looking for these demo plays now. That you just love to see Nate making it work here in the Foundation League, as this is going to sit on the goal line, finally falling in. Gurgling took his sweet time to get there, but he knocks it home, and it's 1-1.
And talk about a bump place, Nate Dogg slapped onto the post, and of course, as we all know, not necessarily the most friendly place to be, as he was getting caught up on there, almost like a speed trap, if you will. And then Gibby a little bit too far away to make that play, pinches on in, and we're tied at the half.
This will be Gibby over, and put that one right underneath the defender in Golden. The Spartans regain the lead.
And I said we were tied at the half, but that story quickly changes. Spartans gaining back the lead here. And of course, like we mentioned earlier on in the series, and it does happen in games as well, but tenacity is important. And even realizing that a previous goal against might not have been under the most optimal circumstances for your opponents, came right back into it and made a play of their own. And Gibby actually had a couple of goose eggs there on the stat sheet for the last game. So it's nice to see him getting a little bit more involved with the play. But unfortunately, who's not going to be involved with the play is Nate Dogg, as he is taken out, and Gurgling will get the goal as it crosses the line only barely before the 2-minute mark.
And again, the Hawks really pushing for this demo play. This is honestly a strategy you don't see employed too terribly often in the Foundation League. Teams are typically not going to be hunting for demos, as it's really just not normally that effective, but the Hawks have used it quite well, as we've seen them go for quite a number of bumps. But right now the defense really struggling to get to these challenges, as that's going to be yet another one. This time it's Gibby slotting it home in a 3-2 lead.
And I can't help but wonder how willing the Spartans are to give up goals if they can just respond in kind so often. The consistency in that department, honestly, has been a little bit crazy, but in any case, Spartans still stand on top. Less than 2 minutes ago now, like we mentioned, the series is lost but they might still have a chance, and Golden not making a touch there. Perhaps expected Gurgling to be in the play, but he's being taken out by Nate Dogg. The shot, though, can't come through. Nate Dogg has to get there late, but it's off target. And the Spartans had what looked to be an amazing opportunity to go by the wayside. I have another one here. Flick over top of one. Can't make the follow-up, though. And a couple of quality chances now, just narrowly avoided.
And Gurgling got really caught out as that's a good move by Gibby. Gotta be careful, though. Somebody needs to turn it in, and they can't do it. A little bit of miscommunication. Now back the other way. Nate's going to take out Gurgling. Golden just slaps it off the back wall. Will be blocked away. The Hawks looking for the equalizer. High, no rebound. This will be Golden, though, trying to follow it up. But again, pushed out of the box by the Spartans. And it remains 3-2, 55 to go. Again, looking for that demo play are the Hawks. Doesn't quite come to pass this time, and still they trail.
Oh, and the counter demo here for Gibby. That's going to complicate things, certainly. As they're going to have some trouble trying to get their offense set up. Nate Dogg, you can see punishing by getting into the blue zone once again. They just have to let time tick down. They have gotten a little bit more used to the demos as well. You can see a much more conservative rotation, but that is not good. The Spartans accidentally own goal, and you can't really discredit Nate Dogg here. What are you going to do about this?
Yeah, it's a solid pinch by Golden. Nate Dogg doesn't have the reaction quick enough to try to flip that one out of the box before it bounces off the hood of his car and into the back of his own goal. And just like that, the Hawks tie the game. Look to take game number 4 and take a 4-1 series victory over top of the Spartans. But we may have overtime before all is said and done here in this 5th game. Will be Gurgling back to the midfield line, gonna grab some boost, maybe one more chance for the Hawks. Bouncing out in front, Nate Dogg will let it fall there. And another overtime here in this series.
Not only just another overtime, but another 3-3 overtime. Hopefully for the Spartans' sake, it's not a repeat of the last. This one goes out towards center. Gibby gonna try and take the long shot. It looks like he had a chance, but sends that one wide. And again, no kickoff goal. Last time I said that, though, the Hawks were rather quick to turn in and grab up the series.
So this falls down, Gurgling. Now Nate Dogg. This is dangerous towards the net. Nate Dogg might have an opportunity, but gets bumped out of the way by Gibby there. Golden's gonna rotate forward. Bit of a one-on-one opportunity. Bounces for Golden. Nate Dogg comes away with the save. Big one there for the Spartans defender. Still towards the net. Nate Dogg with another one. That'll be good enough for a savior medal in this game. So now Nate will grab the boost, turn around, and look to break out of the zone. That's around Gurgling. Golden last back. It's a 2-on-1. But the touch going to stop the Spartans in their tracks for the moment. Dodging the demo is Nate, but he's still in a one-on-one situation. Gets bumped off the ball. But Gibby there to help out, and we continue to play. OT, game 5, tied at 3.
Both these teams now looking for a lot of demos. You can see Gibby trying to make a defensively minded demo just a moment ago. And of course, Nate Dogg having to dodge that one to get it away. A close shot opportunity there, but Gurgling was able to make the read, but still dangerous here. Nate going over the top, and that should be it, and it will. The Spartans keep it to 3-2 and mitigate the damage successfully.
And it's an overtime win. We saw them do it in game 3, a chance in game 4, and that's how close this series really was. It came down to overtime after overtime after those first 2 games. The Spartans couldn't quite win all 3 of them, and so they will drop the series. But again, well played to them, and a very hard fought series from both sides.
Yeah, well and truly, Spartans, I would have loved to see a decisive game 5 here, Hunted. You mentioned it before we even got started, and it is really always a situation. We always want to see game 5. That's always great fun, but here especially, because we saw the fight in them, but it just didn't surface until it was too late in the series, and the Hawks had one last trick up their sleeve with those demo plays, and they completely trumped the Spartans in that regard. So well played, great adaptations from both teams, and they really made it a fun series to watch. So you got to give them a lot of credit for that, and I got to say, I'm super satisfied with the way that this ended tonight. Not sure about you, but my hot dog had just the right amount of mustard.
I hope that after this cast, I will never have to hear you say that ever again. But
Well,
it has been a great night, and I thank you so much for being here on the broadcast with me, Squid. But we did promise the viewers a little something special once we were all wrapped up, and I think it's about time that we get to that.
maybe it is indeed the winner of our Power A drawing. You think it's about time? Do you think, Hunted?
I hope so.
I don't. I think we can wait on it for a little bit longer. So we'll see you guys. No, I'm just kidding. We're not. We're not going to do that. The winner for our giveaway, the Power Spectre Enhanced Wireless Controller. I'm a keyboard player, so I wouldn't even want to win this. But it is pending verification as well. God's Messiah to make sure that you. Yeah, that is an interesting one. But make sure that you contact us and make sure that you get in touch. But again, if he does not claim it, if he or she does not claim it, then make sure that you stick around because that is still pending verification. But again, that is going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Hunted, you already said that you were glad I was here, but I am glad that you were here. And hopefully from here on, your hot dogs will all have the right amount of mustard. And that goes out to you, the viewers, as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, thanks to the people behind the scenes. I already called it out. Just staying alive. And of course, Simple, I think he also ran the broadcast for MLE Esports GG2. So shout out to him and Sleegy being the talent manager and the whole 9 yards and whatnot. Make sure you guys stay safe, and we hope to see you next week.